Imagine if a simple ham and cheese sandwich was the only thing standing between you and a massive disaster.
I used to be a total workaholic, staying at the office until the stars were high in the sky every single night. That's how I met Samuel, the night security guard, who patrolled the lobby with a tired but kind smile. One night, I noticed he didn't have any dinner, so I decided to share half of my sandwich with him. It became our thing. Every shift, at exactly 11 p.m., I'd bring down a fresh sandwich I'd made at home. We didn't talk much at first, but those short moments became the highlight of my long, stressful workdays. Samuel told me about his grandkids and his late wife, and I told him about my dreams of making it big. Even when the winter storms hit and the office felt freezing, I made sure he had something warm to eat. Months passed, and my hard work finally paid off with a massive promotion that required a lot of travel. I had a dawn flight booked to London for the most important meeting of my entire career. The night before my flight, I was at the office late again, finishing up some last-minute reports. I brought Samuel his sandwich as usual, but this time he looked strangely anxious, almost distracted. He told me to be careful, which I thought was just him being his usual sweet, grandfatherly self. I barely slept and headed to the airport at 4 in the morning, coffee in hand and nerves on edge. I arrived at the terminal, ready to check in, but then I saw something that made my heart stop. Standing right there near the boarding gate entrance was Samuel, still in his security uniform, looking exhausted. Before I could even scan my boarding pass, he stepped right in front of me, blocking the path. He didn't say hello. He just grabbed my arm gently and said, "Elena, you cannot get on that plane." I was confused and honestly a bit annoyed. I told him I'd miss my meeting and lose everything. He didn't move. He told me he had a feeling, a deep gut instinct that he couldn't ignore. People were staring. The gate agent was calling for final boarding. I tried to push past him. Then he whispered something that chilled me to the bone. He said he saw someone tampering with my luggage in the lobby. Because he was a security guard, the airport police noticed the commotion and came over immediately. Samuel explained that he had followed a suspicious person from our office building all the way to the airport. While they were talking, my flight pulled away from the gate. I watched it leave, feeling like my life was over. The police took me to a secure room to inspect my checked suitcase, which had already been pulled from the flight. When they opened it, they found something tucked inside the lining that definitely didn't belong to me. It was a tracking device and a packet of illegal substances. Someone was trying to frame me for a serious crime. It turns out a jealous colleague at my firm wanted my position and tried to get me arrested in a foreign country. Samuel had noticed the colleague lurking around my desk after I left for the sandwich run that night. He had followed him to the parking lot and saw him messing with my car and bag, then took a taxi to catch me. Samuel had spent his own limited savings on that taxi ride just to make sure I was safe. If I had boarded that plane, I would have been arrested the moment I landed in London. My life would have been ruined. I turned to Samuel, tears streaming down my face, and hugged him. I couldn't find the words to thank him. The colleague was arrested within hours thanks to the security footage Samuel had flagged before leaving the office. Samuel didn't want any reward. He said he just wanted to make sure the lady who made the best sandwiches stayed safe. That day changed my perspective on everything. I realized that the people we often overlook are the ones watching our backs. My company cleared my name, and I actually got an even better position for handling the situation with grace. I used my bonus to help Samuel retire comfortably. He doesn't have to work night shifts anymore. Kindness is a currency that always comes back to you when you need it most. We still meet up every Sunday. I still bring the sandwiches, but now we eat them in the park. I never look at a security guard the same way again. They are the silent guardians of our everyday lives. So the next time you see someone working the late shift, maybe say hi. You never know how much it might mean. What's the smallest act of kindness that ended up changing your life forever? Let us know in the comments.
If you loved this story, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories every week. See you next time.